Hi Year 11s. Today we're going to have a look at the last two little bits of Chapter 4 so that you're ready to start revising for your SAC next Thursday. So we're looking at the last little bit of 4E-3, which is credit cards. So with credit cards, they involve compound interest calculated daily, and these are our two formulas. So they mean the same thing. Literally the difference is this little bit here, but it doesn't matter which way you do it around, that's fine. So just like normal, your A is your total amount of debt after N days. Your P is your principal, so how much you're starting with, your interest rate, and your number of days. To find your interest payable, okay, it's similar to when we did compound interest, but to find that, the interest, you take your total amount and subtract the principal to find out the actual interest. So sometimes you get interest-free periods. So that means credit cards offer an interest-free period whereby if you pay off the amount owing during that time, you won't start being charged interest. So that's a really good thing to keep an eye out if you get a credit card. A statement period is approximately 30 days. So after the statement period closes, there is an additional interest-free period to pay the full amount owing, after which interest will start to be charged. So what that means, after the statement closes, so after 30 days, you have an additional interest-free period to pay the full amount owing, after which interest is paid. So after the 30 days, if you pay off all of your debt on the credit card, so you pay it back whenever you can, before the end of that 30 days, you don't get any interest. It's when you have an amount owing by the end of that 30 days where you get interest charged. So for example here, we've got Brett who spends $3,000 on home theatre system on his credit card. His statement offers a 30-day statement period and then further 30 days interest-free. Okay, so every 30 days he gets a new statement. A statement meaning how much he owes, how much he has left, and then further 30 days interest-free. After that time, the bank charges interest at a rate of 23.5%, compounding daily. Brett makes the purchase on the 2nd of April, which is day 2 of his statement period. He intends to pay off the credit card on 1st of July. At this date, how much will he need to pay back? Assume no interest is payable on the last day. So A says determine the number of interest-free days. So it has a formula here. So your interest-free days equals the statement period plus the interest-free period. So here we've got the 30-day statement period, okay, and plus the interest-free period. And it said there are 30 days interest-free. Okay, so that means there are 60 days in total that are interest-free days. So that's the answer to A. There are 60 days with interest-free. Okay. Now, determine the number of days for which interest is payable. Okay, so the remaining days. So since the purchase was made on the 2nd of April, start counting from the 3rd of April. So this one, total interest payable days, so it equals your full time period minus the interest-free days. So we know what the interest-free days, that's 60. What is the full time period? So we start counting from the 3rd of April, and we're going up until the 1st of July. Okay, so yeah, I would go, there's 31 days in, from April to May 3, and then another 30 days until May 3. May 3, then June 3. Actually, I'm going to have to use a calculator. Just a sec. I wonder if I can get a calculator on here easily. No, that's okay. So a little bit of annoying maths here. So if you are on, where have I gone? And luckily this is a video, so you can just skip past my talking points. Here we go. All right, the full time period. So it started on April 3. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've just counted 12 weeks, so that's 12 times 7. That only takes me to the June 25, and then add on another, because I only want to go up to July 1, sorry. So I'm going to add on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 5 days to that. So I've just been looking at a calendar. So I've got 89 minus 60. So we'll have 29 days of payment, of payable days. Okay, so the last bit, calculate the amount payable. Okay, so we've got A equals the principal, the P, which is 3,000. Then we've got 1 plus your rate, which is 23. Oops, why did I do that? Which is 23.5 over 36500. So what that does, it changes the percentage 1 into a decimal and 2 into a daily rate. To the power of n, so n, looking up here, is the number of days, and we're only going to use the interest payable days. So it's actually to the 29. Okay, put that in your calculator and you'll get an answer. This bit, it can be difficult with the days. I'll need to double check that when I've got a bit more time. But otherwise, it's all pretty straightforward. All right, lastly, we have inflation, which is the continuous increase in the general level of prices. So I don't know about you guys, but when I was younger, when I was, maybe 5 and 6, I'd be given $1 and I'd go to the lolly shop and I would buy so much for that. Whereas these days you take $1 and you might get 2 Redskins. Okay, that's because our prices have inflated. So everything inflates, but our job salary increases. So it's just a way of life. It's just, where inflation reduces the purchasing power of your money. Okay, so the more inflation happens, our money becomes either less or more, priceless, Anyway, let's do a quick example. Suppose the inflation is recorded as 2.7% in 2012 or 3.5% in 2013. Half a loaf of bread costs $2.20 at the end of 2011. If the price of the bread increases with inflation, what will the price of the loaf be at the end of 2013? Okay, so inflation is recorded at 2.7% in 2012 and then 3.5% in 2013. Half a loaf of bread cost $2.20 at the end of 2011. So you've got 2011, okay, a loaf of bread costs $2.20. Okay, but then in 2012, it's going to increase by 2.7%. So increase on the 2012 price equals. So we're going to find out how much more money is the bread going to cost. Okay, so you get the price. So the price was $2.20. You times it by the inflation rate, which this one is 2.7, and divide by 100. Okay, that tells you how much the bread is. Then you calculate the price at the end of 2012. So to find the price, you would do the cost, which was $2.20, plus the increase of whatever we found up here. And then the same thing again for 2013. So to determine the effect of inflation on prices over a long period, we use the compound interest formula. I'll leave this here, but I'll do the working out and upload it for you as well. And that's 4F. All right, good luck, and I'll see you